Hello guys and gals, Mr. Ordinary Gamer here, and I wanted to talk about some good old-fashioned Last of Us 2. It is a trending topic, and I feel most gaming channels are talking about Last of Us 2. Now, right now, Last of Us 2 is going through a review bombing phase. It's got a 3.2 on fucking Metacritic. So you know that a large chunk of the gaming population is, I would say, a little bit peeved with the game. Now, I've been playing the game a fair bit. I've probably put almost like 13, 14 hours into this whole game. And I will say that I'm at that point in the game where it's just hold up to continue. You know, it is a full-on walking simulator where I'm at. And I'm at that point where Sony doesn't want to talk about, like, the whole second half of the game. And let me just tell you, it's an interesting ride so far. I'm still convinced I'm going to make a final full-on review for it. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about, if you saw in the beginning clip, was the accessibility options. Now, before we begin, I just want to say I'm all cool with accessibility options. They're actually fucking great. Do not take this video as some sort of malicious look at it. Again, all this video is just good jest. But I wanted to talk about accessibility modes. And Last of Us 2, holy shit, does it have a lot of accessibility modes. Modes that are so accessible, one might even consider them to be fucking cheat codes. But we'll go to that as we continue. Now, some of the modes are actually great. You know, they cover things like color blindness, people who have auditory issues, you know, with video games. In fact, there's a whole mode where you can disable the graphics and just pretty much like wireframe almost, and like just effectively highlight everyone by the color of who they are. So the enemies are red, the good people are blue, and all the cool items are yellow, which is great if you're like fucking trophy item hunting, because you can just enable that shit on and find all the hidden collectibles in the map without even like putting in any effort at all. But even with all of that said, I understand why it's there. Some people have, you know, blindness issues, so of course they're going to input all of it. There's also slow motion, so if you can't aim, slow motion exists. And there's plenty of amazing modes where you can play on the hardest difficulty in the game, but if you flip on one mode that makes you completely invisible, save for like a few boss battle segments, oh man, does it make the game fucking dog shit easy to bait. I'm going to show you a couple clips, rather, of me playing Last of Us 2 last night on stream. This was like, I would say, probably 8 hours into the game. You're in the city Seattle, so hopefully Sony doesn't go at me. It's not like the second half of the game or anything. But this is as spoiler-free as I can make it, you know, as I can make this game, really. But there's just a couple gameplay segments where if you flip all of these accessibility options, it creates what I like to call game journalist difficulty. So we'll just we'll watch that compilation real quick. I'm a sneaky salamander, dude. I'm a chameleon. Oh, you just got snuck up on. Not really. Get stabbed. Slow-mo stab. I'm a chameleon again. This game's so... It even makes like a fucking noise, like... That's why this game got a fucking 10, dude. A dead person could fucking finish this game. Oh, wait, was that somebody? Oh, surely it couldn't be. It's a fucking salamander, dude. Oh, this game's fucking dumb. Oh no, I've been snuck up on. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. It's like a fucking safe space mode. Oh no.
You are prone. Help. Crafting available.
Wait.
You are holding a hostage. Help. 110. Semi-auto pistol. Equipped. 10. Ammo loaded. 1. Reserve. Crafting available.
It's like Siri telling me when I can pop a... I'm missing. Uh-oh, I'm sneaky. You can't do it. Dumbass. What you gonna do? Fucking chase me? I'm fucking sneaky. Oh my god. Oh my god. Even in the middle of combat, it does that? Oh my god, that is fucking dog shit. Wow. That's fucking easy. Default recommended for players who are blind or have low vision. Why the fuck did it give me the default? Did it just assume that most players playing the game were gonna be fucking blind or have low vision? Wait a minute. Wait, that's all fucked up. Yelly anymore. I'm. Yo, look at the AI, boys. Look at that. Look at that for a second. Look at the AI, bros. It really upgraded. The AI couldn't walk down the fucking stairs. No, it's not! You just got Half-Life.
Really fucked me up.
I did fuck you up, didn't I? I did fuck you up, but this will fuck you up even more. Get out of here. Anyways, though, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah, the game is relatively easy, I would say, if you flip on all these accessibility options. And the reason why I called it game journalist difficulty was just to play on a meme, you know, with a lot of game journalists who tend to want easier difficulty in a lot of hard games. I mean, I'm just gonna break the bubble. Not every game can be accessible. Look, not everyone was born to beat Neo 2, boys. There are some that do, and there are some that don't. And the ones that don't, just go play some Animal Crossing and call it a day. Now, even with all of that said, you know, there's a lot of game reviewers out there that tend to play on easier difficulties without really notifying the viewers that are watching. And I'm not against playing on easy difficulties. I do it all the time. When I play an open world RPG and there's obviously a grind attributed to it, yeah, I flip that shit on easy difficulty or story difficulty just so I can play the game for its story and not to grind out a meaningless stat sheet that I'm not going to give a shit about after I'm done beating the game. Listen, if I can beat your game in 25 hours versus 50, I consider that shit time optimization, boy, and that's just what it comes down to. So I'm not against it, and as far as the accessibility options go, I'm actually a big fan of it too, just because, like, I tend to need some of these myself. You see, with big hands like mine and tiny controllers like the PlayStation 4s, I need to actually have, like, the hold button to do QuickTime event for you accessibility feature, because if I tend to, like, smash the keys all the time, my arm tends to, like, I have a little bit of pain over here, like, it tends to get pretty bad. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. If you ever been a long-time viewer and saw me stream Metal Gear Solid 1, you'll probably notice at the torture segment, which is like the biggest QuickTime event moment, I mashed the button using my mouth just because it really, really fucks up my hands. And of course, my eyes, as I get older, my right one is a bit weaker than my left one, so when I'm laying at a distance playing a video game, reading small fucking text is hard. So instead of digging out the good old telescope and shit, you know, the monocle and all that, the glasses, I like having a zoom feature in the console, so I can just zoom into the text and say, oh, that's what it says, and then back the fuck out. So I'm actually a huge fan of accessibility modes, and I quite appreciate them when I get into a game. Again, all this video was in good jest. Last of Us 2 is going through a fucking fair bit of hate right now, and while some of it is very well deserved, I'll tell you, from somebody who's actually played the game pretty extensively, I think a lot of the hatred for this game is also stemming from just people wanting to rag on it without actually playing it. Listen, like I said in my last video, it's a 7 out of 10. It certainly isn't a 3.2 out of 10. I mean, I made a tweet this morning where I did talk about, like, oh, it should have been rated lower. And that was definitely after the full-on walking segments that I had to go through last night. But, you know, the more and more I play it, the more and more, again, I realize that Naughty Dog put a lot of effort into it, a lot of heart and soul, I would say, and I would just say, if you're going to review this game, like any game, please finish the game first before you actually go out and give a full, solid, comprehensive review of it. Or at least if you're going to review bomb, just tell us you review bombed it so I can isolate those reviews out. I'm just going to put that out there. Just tie off this video, and one of the people that I wanted to shout out, because he actually showed up in this video when I was, like, just doing, like, the pre-research and everything on it, was a gamer by the name of Steve Saylor. If you don't know who Steve Saylor is an advocate for blindness, or not blindness, but accessibility options in video games. And he makes some pretty decent content. He's got about 5,000 subscribers, so if any positivity you can do from this video even further, please send some love to this individual. Follow his channel, because he did make a really good video on The Last of Us 2's accessibility features, and somebody who's in the position to really judge the accessibility option, not just in this game, but other games that he covers, I would highly recommend you check his content out and just show him some love and support. The YouTube fucking game is a hustle, let me tell you, and unless we're all working together as a team, you really don't get anywhere. So Steve, big kudos to you. Thank you for showing up. I love you very much. And also to end this video off with just a slight bit of anti-positivity is I just want to prove to Bo Blacks how easy his content is. So I'm going to read one of his famous tweets real quick. This is actually a really good one. This goes right to Naughty Dog real quick. Let me just whip out the good old Rolodex for this fucker. There's a lot of accessibility options in Last of Us 2 for people who can't hear, see, etc. I'm autistic and have trouble understanding the social decisions these characters make. Can you add an accessibility option to make the story better so I can understand it at Naughty Dog? He's a fucking asshole. Anyways, though, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. This is me, Mutahar, and I am out.